What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Drew, and this is Drew TV, man. Hey, welcome to my channel. I know I haven't posted in a good year now. A lot has changed. I've had another child, and a lot has changed. um, so yeah, we're here once again. I'm doing 100 days of posting YouTube content. This is day 2. Now, the reason you don't see day 1 is because, yeah, I messed up. I somehow recorded the whole video and I didn't have no sound. So, we're going to watch this video today. We're going to post it. Yeah. So, you see me with my Popcorn George t-shirt on. And then also you see me carrying my mic. I do have mic stands, all different types of stuff, man. But I went in the mood to set it up. So we are here today. There you go. Yeah, I can turn it up. But we're here today to watch Alicia Watts. She never came home. That's pretty much what that's about. She never came home, and she went to go see a married man. So I don't know if they're trying to I don't like the way they're doing that. They kind of like doing her dirty. Went to see a married man, and she died. Can we not mention that? Can we just keep that part out, like the married man part? Was that necessary? You know what I'm saying? Like some people just add.
Alicia, come home.
Watts, come home. Alicia Watts, come home. Please come home.
She was a wonderful person, like I said, real joyful, straightforward, outgoing. You know, if you were in the wrong or you didn't have something right, she'll let you know.
Now take a good look at this woman. She had driven to Charlotte on a Friday to visit her boyfriend, and she was supposed to be back home by Monday, but she never showed up. The man she went to see turned up in her car, alone, with nothing to say about where she was. Where was Alicia Watts? And what did James Dunmore know? Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. This story starts with a phone call from a cousin who knew something was off, and she was right.
Charlotte 911, do you need police, fire, or medic?
Police, honey. I'm trying to get a wilderness check on my cousin, honey, because she's been gone for quite a while.
Okay, and does she?
She comes up here, have her location, and it's giving me her. She was talking to this guy that lives across the street.
Okay.
And it's saying that she was there.
And tell me why we're doing a wellness check on her.
When I was coming home on Saturday, she came up here on Friday. We were all supposed to meet up on Sunday to go to a comedy show up here in Charlotte.
Okay.
The 85 South. And she paid for tickets, and we all paid for tickets. Okay, she didn't show up at the comedy show. I got back home. Her car was still parked in his yard.
You sure they're not on a whirlwind vacation somewhere?
Baby, they supposed to be going on a cruise, but the cruise is not supposed to happen until August. That's what I said. I knew the cruise didn't happen yet.
Okay.
You know, that's the only thing I'm saying, because, you know, she would have told me.
Okay.
She would have told me. That one line tells you everything about who Alicia was to the people around her. She was not the kind of person who went quiet. Her cousin knew her schedule, plans, and her movements. The moment something felt wrong, her...
Go back. I know y'all didn't point her out like we didn't know. Like we didn't know that was Alicia. Out of that group, we didn't know that was Alicia. Out of this group of people, let's move my face and show this bearded brother face. And you telling me out of all these people, we think any of them is Alicia outside of her, and we know it ain't her? Because it look like, oh, never mind. Yeah, it look like whoever she is, that's hit girl type. You know what I'm saying? So it clearly ain't her. So why won't we think that's Alicia? This ain't Alicia. She look Hispanic, but I don't think she's Alicia.
Everything about who Alicia was to the people around her. She was not the kind of person who went quiet. Her cousin knew her schedule, plans, and her movements. The moment something felt wrong, her family and friends did not wait around. They went looking for her. Alicia Dean Watts was 39 years old, born on September 27, 1983, in Pinehurst, North Carolina. She lived in Foxfire in Moore County, a tight community where people know each other, look out, and show up for each other. She had recently opened her own business, Vision Support Services, based in Siler City. The ribbon cutting had just happened weeks before she went missing. She also served on multiple boards in her community, was a member of the American Legion, and was known as a dedicated advocate for people dealing with mental health challenges and for elderly members of her community. Green was her favorite color. She loved to dance and had a way of making everyone around her laugh. At 39, she was open to finding someone, and through her own family, she met James Dunmore. Now here is where James Dunmore comes in. James Dunmore did not come into Alicia's life as a stranger. Alicia made regular trips to Charlotte to visit her cousin Gwendolyn Utley. They started dating, and every other Friday, Alicia would make that drive from Moore County to Charlotte to spend the weekend with him. James Dunmore was 51 years old, and he...
Wait. Pause. He don't look like him. He don't look like him. That nigga don't look like that nigga. Y'all don't see it? Okay, maybe it's just me. And who is this? This is who they say is Dunmore? That ain't him.
legally married. His wife was R.T. Bruton, and they had been married since 2021. When Gwen asked him about it directly, he told her he was not married. He pointed to a woman Gwen had seen him with previously and said that was just his girlfriend. He lied about it to Alicia's own cousin. Gwen described him this way.
When I met him, he told me that he was not married. He told me I've seen the lady that he was with when I moved here, and he told me that that was his girlfriend.
James Dunmore had a documented past. Court records showed convictions going back to 2003 in Virginia: abduction, stalking, assault, and battery. He served time in prison following an abduction conviction and was sentenced to 15 years of probation. These were public records accessible to anyone who looked. Just months before Alicia went missing, a domestic violence order of protection had been filed against him in Durham County. The complaint was filed in April and served on him in May of that same year. The woman who filed it described multiple incidents: being held down, being threatened, and fearing for her life on more than one occasion. She also wrote that Dunmore had shown her photographs indicating he knew her location and suggested someone was following her. The court granted the order, and it was active and in effect by May of that year. Alicia called her mother, Evex Franklin, before she left. Evex later recalled that last conversation. That was the last time Evex heard her daughter's voice.
She was telling me she was going out of town or something she had to do.
Alicia arrived in Charlotte on July 14th. She and James had plans to attend a comedy show at Bojangles Coliseum. It was a group outing, and Gwen had tickets too. Neither Alicia nor James ever showed up that night. The last confirmed sighting of Alicia Watts was Sunday, July 16th. That morning, Gwen saw her getting into the passenger seat of her own black Mercedes.
Bojangles having, wait a minute. Bojangles is having concerts. We're just going to stop right there, I guess. We're just going to skip over that. We're going to skip over the Bojangles having a concert. Got it. Where's my mouse? Got it. Understood.
SUV with James Dunmore behind the wheel. They appeared to be heading out to get something to eat. Gwen went to church and came back to find Alicia's car still parked outside James's house. It stayed there all day Sunday and was still there Monday morning. After midnight Monday morning, Alicia's car was gone. When Gwen came outside and looked across the street, the car was already gone. She thought nothing of it. She assumed Alicia must have gone home, but Alicia never made it home. 2 days later, on July 18th, Highway Patrol in Anson County responded to a parking lot at a local DMV office. Inside that car, they found James Dunmore alone and in need of immediate medical help. Alicia was not there. Her purse was. Her phone was recovered inside his home during a search. He had no account of where she was. The next day, July 19th, Alicia's family reported her missing to Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department after she failed to show up at her own business. Her employees had been calling. No one was picking up. CMPD compared notes with the Anson County Sheriff's Office, and the pieces began connecting. Answers were not coming fast enough, and her community decided not to wait. Over 100 people gathered in Moore County to pray for Alicia's safe return. They wore green, her favorite color, chartered a bus from Southern Pines all the way to Charlotte to hold a press conference outside CMPD headquarters, and pressed the police for more information. They knocked on doors, distributed flyers, and searched neighborhoods themselves. They also set up a Facebook page called Find Alicia Watts to organize volunteers and spread the word.
I want to still make sure we're still talking in the present and not in the past, you know? So that's the beauty of what's going on right now. So the community has really showed up, and I knew they would.
Please, let's just bring her home. Find Alicia Watts. That's all we need to see. Just share it to your family. Find Alicia Watts. That's all.
She was just so much, as you can see.
Someone who's continued to have a positive impact on everyone around her.
Where she saw that she could improve something, she would offer to help improve it. She didn't just barrel in, she would start making little suggestions.
Her smile is like what you see on the pictures. That's her personality. I have never seen her in a bad way.
Yvex had a heart condition serious enough that she could not attend any court proceedings in person. She had never even met James Dunmore. She relied on friends and family to keep her updated on everything happening around her daughter's case. And while all of this was unfolding, while Alicia was missing and the man last seen with her was saying nothing, Yvex sat at home, in pain.
Come on, man. Look at that. Every picture. Yeah. There you go. He did it. You know it. You know he did it. All right. Hey, take a screenshot. Okay. Screenshot. Shift Command 3. Excuse me. All right, let's try it. God, really? Y'all gonna catch me make the screenshot today. I forgot how to do it. Wow. Alright, hold on. I should probably make a face, right? For the thumbnail. What did I press? What the fuck? Shift Command 3, ain't it? Shift Command. Okay, y'all watching me do too many things. All right, that was the one. That was the one. All right, let's keep it rocking. Is that glad?
And the man last seen with her was saying nothing. Yvex sat at home, in pain, looking at photographs of her daughter. She described it this way.
It's just like something kept dragging me to her pictures. This before this even happened, I just sitting here in this chair like I am now, and I could look from that picture to that picture. I just kept looking at him, just shaking, like something was just. He was trying to tell me something.
On July 20th, investigators found a shell casing on the street outside James Dunmore's home in University City. That same day, he was officially named a person of interest in Alicia's disappearance. 6 days later, on July 26th, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department searched his home and a vehicle registered to him. Alicia was still nowhere to be found. The community kept searching, and the family kept pushing for answers. 39 days after Alicia was last seen leaving James Dunmore's home, investigators finally got something they could work with. Digital evidence, cell phone data, and GPS records had been pointing them toward a specific area, an area less than 20 minutes from Alicia's own home in Foxfire. Then, on August 24th, 2023, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office confirmed what the family had feared most. Cadaver dogs and digital evidence, cell phone data and GPS records from Alicia's Mercedes, Dunmore's phone, and Alicia's phone had led investigators to a wooded area behind the Norman Community Cemetery, a small town called Norman along Interstate 74 near the Montgomery and Richmond County lines. Investigators believed her body had been there since July 18th, 2 days after she was last seen leaving James Dunmore's home. The Montgomery County Sheriff, Pete Herron, addressed the public that day. Moore County Sheriff Ronnie Fields added,
"This is not the outcome that we had been hoping for, but by finding Alicia today, it can bring some closure. I hope and I pray it brings some closure to family and friends moving forward."
This morning, a family and a community are in mourning after officials found the remains of Alicia Watts, the 39-year-old that went missing back in July.
I'm so hurt right now.
It's an emptiness that weighs a ton.
It's just sad that it even turned out like this.
A family's chance to say goodbye stolen.
Such a monster.
And a prayer that time and memories heals and comforts.
We have to deal with the hurt of losing our family.
The family says this is not the news they were hoping for, but they're hoping closure will allow them to move forward, one day at a time.
At least we know where we stand now. We don't have to be out here searching and looking and, things that's unnecessary. We just have to trust in God and pray.
I'm Kia Murray, WCNC Charlotte.
James Dunmore was arrested that same day. The moment her remains were found, CMPD picked him up at his University City home and transferred him to the Montgomery County Jail. Gwen watched it happen from right across the street. Footage captured him being walked into the Montgomery County Jail in handcuffs, with reporters calling out to him the entire way. He said nothing. James Dunmore was charged with first-degree murder, and his bond was initially set at $1 million.
James, what happened to Alicia? James, do you know what happened to Alicia? Did you kill Alicia? James, is there anything you'd say to her family? Anything you want to say to your family, James?
On September 14th, a probable cause hearing was held. The state called 7 witnesses to the stand over the course of more than 3 hours. Detectives testified that when they visited Dunmore in the hospital after finding him in Alicia's car, he told them he simply wanted to watch television and that he would be hiring an attorney. Investigators also testified that doorbell camera footage from his Charlotte home had been deleted on July 17th and 18th, the same window during which Alicia is believed to have been taken to that wooded area near Norman. The medical examiner testified about preliminary findings regarding Alicia's passing. The full autopsy report told a different story. When the full autopsy report was released months later by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, the cause of death was listed as undetermined. Alicia's remains had been in that wooded area for weeks, and by the time investigators found her, there was simply not enough physical evidence left to make a definitive determination about cause of death.
Undetermined, that is what is listed as the cause of death for Alicia Watts. Authorities released her autopsy today, more than 6 months after she was found dead in Montgomery County, and the news is hitting hard for Watts' family. Meantime, her boyfriend James Dunmore remains in custody, charged in her murder. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said he was arrested on August 24th, the same day her remains were found in a rural area near Norman. His attorneys in January asked a judge to lower his $1 million bond, and for more evidence showing how Watts died, the judge agreed to expedite the case and set a 45-day window for the state to share information. And that brings us to today and the release of Watts' autopsy report. Here's WCNC Charlotte's Tradisha Woodard with what the findings mean to Watts' family.
Well, this medical report is what Alicia Watts' family says they've been waiting on for months. It's the last piece to a puzzle, a piece they say still leaves behind a mystery.
I'm sorry I'm smiling, y'all, but do y'all really think this black woman talk like that when she's like at home or around her family? Like, let's be honest. Do y'all really think that this melanated young woman talks like that at home? Let's rewind and hear her voice again so we can come up with a better determination real quick. Yeah, I wasn't sure who was talking. Like, who is that?
Mean to Watts' family.
Well, this medical report is what Alicia Watts' family says they've been waiting on for months. It's the last piece to a puzzle, a piece they say still leaves behind a mystery.
Grief.
What is peace?
It's the price we pay for love.
We're angry, we're devastated, we have so many questions.
A deep sorrow Tammy Utley has been submerged under since July 19th, 2023. It's the day her big sister, Alicia Watts, was reported missing, remembered by the prettiest thing she ever wore, her smile.
She was smiling, she was happy, she was dancing, she looked beautiful. As always.
The autopsy report from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services shows Watts' skull was detached, body entirely decomposed, and she was missing teeth. The report also says findings from the scene and autopsy showed no apparent injuries, listing the cause of death as undetermined.
Stab wounds, gunshot wounds. You can still see those marks on the skeletal remains. Well, you don't have anything left but the skeletal remains. There is very little to utilize in an autopsy to determine what happened. So that is undetermined.
Carla Dees is a coroner in Lancaster County. She says most undetermined autopsy means answers can't be found through the body's anatomy.
Unless someone confesses to a crime down the road and you can use the confession, you still won't have the pathoanatomical findings to match up to that.
It's a hard reality to face for the family left behind.
Trying to navigate through our, day-to-day routine, but still, this is weighing so heavy on us now.
Tradisha Woodard, WCNC Charlotte.
At the September 14th probable cause hearing, the judge found sufficient cause that James Dunmore was responsible for Alicia's death on or around July 18th. He was ordered to be held without bond. One more person took the stand that day, and that was R.T. Bruton, James Dunmore's own wife. James Dunmore's legal wife walked into that Montgomery County courthouse and took a seat beside Alicia Watts' family. She took the stand and testified about 15 years of what she described as continuous abuse at the hands of James Dunmore, emotional, physical, and deeply personal. She had filed a restraining order against him just months before Alicia went missing and was in the process of getting a divorce. After her testimony, she spoke to reporters outside. When asked about being in that courtroom, Dunmore's own wife, sitting beside the family of the woman he allegedly took from this world, that image alone said everything.
Tonight, bond denied for a Charlotte man accused of murdering his girlfriend, Alicia Watts. She vanished while visiting that man, James Dunmore, last month. Dunmore was arrested last week after police say they found Alicia's body dumped near a cemetery in a rural community east of Charlotte. And tonight, in an interview you're only going to see here on WBTV, a woman who is legally married to Dunmore is opening up about serious allegations of a history of abuse and violence. Our Brandon Hamilton has that side of the story all new for you now at 6 o'clock.
She is talking tonight to not only support Alicia Watts' family, but she tells me to also take a stand for domestic violence victims. R.T. Bruton has a past she wants to tell.
I just know from my experience that I don't want this to happen to anyone else.
She says she married James Dunmore in 2021. The relationship, one filled with allegations of abuse. According to court documents and a domestic violence order of protection, multiple incidents were reported. She described punching, kicking, and choking, and threats to murder her.
Just anyone just
Monday, she saw Dunmore again, this time as he faced a judge on charges of murdering Alicia Watts.
It was a lot of emotions going on. But I'm pretty sure that with the support of her family, I'll get through this and we'll get through it together.
Bruton says they have been separated for almost a year, and she's in the process of getting a divorce. She says she came to court Monday to support Watts' family and help other domestic violence victims, so no one has to go through what she's experienced.
Yes, definitely to support Alicia's family and definitely be proactive against any type of domestic violence going on in the future. So I'm hoping that things will change in the near future if incidents like this occur.
The community rallied around Alicia's memory throughout the entire court process. A memorial service was held at a community college in Moore County. The parking lot was full, and every seat in the auditorium was taken. There was a horse-drawn carriage and a dove release. Friends stood up and spoke about who Alicia was and what she meant to them. A vigil was also held in Southern Pines, where balloons were released into the sky in her honor. Community members called on city leaders to do more for missing persons cases. On what would have been Alicia's 40th birthday, September 27th, her community planted a tree in Moore County in her memory. The prosecution had evidence: digital records, deleted camera footage, text messages from Alicia's phone sent after she was last seen, and a defendant with a documented violent past. What they did not have was a confirmed cause of death. The Montgomery County District Attorney stated it plainly in court. Dunmore accepted a plea to voluntary manslaughter and failure to report a death, no admission of guilt, and no murder conviction. The judge sentenced him to 10 to 13 years with credit for time already served. Her cousin stood outside that courthouse and said, "Dunmore did apologize in court. He told the family, 'No matter what I say, I can't bring her back.' The family rejected it completely."
And I do believe that we have witnessed some very good work that has been done since Alicia was reported missing. What was very sad is the manner in which I could picture her body when it was found. And that is something that, even though we didn't see the pictures, I didn't have to see the pictures. Just listening to how she was found and where she was found was just heavy. No one, not even an animal, should be tossed out like that.
We're here for justice. We're still on this justice roll. Alicia's birthday is coming up. We're trying to get a celebration in place for her. We're planting a tree on her birthday in Moore County if anybody wants to come out. But we're here for justice. We need justice, and they're doing a great job in making sure that justice is what we get.
I try not to focus on him because I really think that my time is precious. I try not to even look in his direction because he is stone and there's no reaction. So I really don't want to focus on him. And right now, he's just not there. I was not surprised either. I was just grateful that good work had been done.
And it's being done.
Yeah, from Charlotte to Montgomery, Moore County,
Anson County.
Yeah.
They're all working as a team to gather all the information and evidence to make sure that we get the outcome that we're looking for.
Right now, as we say, it's justice for Alicia, and going forward, it's justice for Alicia and any other victim.
And Alicia Watts' legacy.
Yeah.
And any woman in domestic violence to come out and speak.
And as T has said, we have a celebration coming up. Alicia's birthday is this month, and our community is rallying around celebrating her legacy, all of what she meant to us and still means to us, because she left us with a lot of precious memories and good work. And she deserves all of what we can give, and so do other victims. So this is not stopping. We have
County strong,
and we have a state that we've got to cover.
Alicia Watts' legacy.
Yeah,
have to keep it going.
I am Alicia Watts.
I am Alicia Watts.
I am Alicia Watts.
We are Alicia Watts.
Alicia's mother, the woman you heard crying on camera, begging for her daughter to come home, never got to sit in that courtroom. Her heart condition kept her away from every single proceeding. She received every update secondhand through friends and family who attended on her behalf. She never met James Dunmore, never got to face him in that courtroom, and never got to hear him explain what he did to her daughter. And then, Evex Franklin passed away. Family confirmed she passed away due to underlying health conditions. She had been battling a serious heart condition throughout the entire ordeal. The people who loved her believe the grief of losing Alicia contributed to her decline. She spent 39 days not knowing where her daughter was, watched a man receive 10 years for taking her child, and never got a real answer about what happened. She carried all of that and never got a moment of peace from it.
The mother of Alicia Watts has died. Family confirming with WCNC Charlotte tonight that Evex Franklin passed away this morning due to underlying health conditions. We reported back in February that Franklin had a heart condition, so she had to rely on friends and family to stay updated on the court proceedings surrounding her daughter's death. Watts was killed and her body found near a cemetery in Montgomery County back in August of 2023. Watts' boyfriend, James Dunmore, whom she was last seen with leaving his Charlotte home, is charged with her murder. Dunmore's next court date is June 10th.
Alicia had a business she had just opened, a community she poured herself into, a family that loved her deeply, and a life that was moving forward. Her community made sure her name did not disappear with the headlines. The tree planted in Moore County on her birthday is still standing. The Facebook page her community built to find her is still up. The conversations her case started, about missing Black women, about domestic violence, and about who gets to be heard, those conversations are still going. At her memorial, they said it out loud. R.T. Bruton came forward publicly because she wanted her experience to mean something. She said it herself.
Lift up domestic violence. People will take it serious now because the whole wide world knew about this. To save her life, to me, she was a sacrificial lamb to save the lives of other young ladies who's going through domestic violence.
Everyone who knew Alicia Watts described her the same way. Hardworking, independent, joyful, someone who showed up for her community, advocated for people who needed a voice, and was building something real. She was 39, and she had everything lined up. A comedy show, a cruise in August, a business she had just launched, and her 40th birthday that never came. 10 to 13 years for voluntary manslaughter, and her family made clear it was not enough. For a family that lost not only Alicia, but also her mother Evex before the case even got concluded, that pain does not just go away. To the family and everyone who loved Alicia, may you find the strength to keep going through this. Keep resting, Alicia Watts. I hope these stories help you recognize warning signs and encourage you to seek help or offer support before it is too late. I'll see you in the next episode of Crime of Passion. Thank you for watching.
Amen. Yeah, that was deep. That was deep. Alicia Watts, rest in peace, man. I'm sorry that you trusted that man. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, man, y'all wouldn't have gotta really pay attention who y'all trust and who y'all really put y'all lives, y'all health, y'all lives, like who hands y'all put that in. You just gotta be careful. Choose wisely. Choose someone that's gonna choose you. One day, just do a test on the man that you believe is that man that will be there for you and won't do this right here to you. And one day, just, I don't know, just tell him your tire flat or something and see what he do. If he come to your rescue, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what, you know what I'm saying? I don't
because I'm not that type of dude, so I wouldn't know what he was thinking, how he moves. But we're gonna go ahead and conclude this video. It was a great time. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up with a prayer. And I wish all you guys a good night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that, because I need it. Right now I'm not monetized, seeing that I am still under 1,000 subscribers. So your subscription means a lot. Let's go ahead and pray. Now you don't have to, it's up to you. But it is free. So just go ahead and, I'll be posting for the next 90, 98, 99 days. So yeah. You might as well subscribe and get the notification. But nah, let's go ahead and pray. Bow your head. And if you're not religious, excuse me, I said religion. If you're not religious, go ahead and exit. It's fine. Not going to count it against you. It's all entertainment, but I am going to glorify my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ one good time before my Christians get off. And for all my Haitians out there, Nugume, we did what we needed to do out there on that soccer field, and we'll see the World Cup again one day. We'll do what we need to do then, I'm sure. But yeah, y'all bow your heads, close your eyes. Let's go ahead and get into it. Dear Father God, thank you for bringing us all here today. Whether it's night or day, wherever this viewer is watching, please bless their day or night, and allow them to be able to be covered by you, Father, be led by you, and also have your wisdom when it comes to just decisions and things they want to do in life, and speak loudly to the women that are in domestic situations with men that they think love them. But Father, you showed us that your love is the greatest love that we have, and you wouldn't harm us. So why would we allow someone that we think loves us to harm us? So please allow them to open their eyes and not end up like Miss Alicia Watts. Now I pray for Miss Alicia Watts and her family. May they, find peace. I'm not sure how long ago this happened, but I do know that they still hurt, and bring them, some sense of joy when it comes to speaking her name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's do it. How do I stop this thing?